everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do these Christmas nails. These are my current nails. They're not really nice, so we're going to fix that. I'm using my Hug Maple e-file. I'm going to turn that up to the highest setting and putting that in forward motion. I'm using this little rounded e-bit to safely remove dead skin. This rounded e-bit is great for getting close to the cuticle without injuring yourself. So I really love using this one. It's one of my go-tos for sure. So I'm getting deep in those corners, not too much in there, but going into the corners to make sure that I get the dead skin out of there as much as possible. Just cleaning up that cuticle area gently, and I'm kind of going in circular motions, if you can see here. So going in rounded circular motions over and over again to make sure I get as much dead skin as possible. Now I'm gonna switch to a different bit. I'm gonna unlock that and replace it with this flat, coarse bit. It is a small one as well, but it's more coarse and it's better for removing those hard to get pieces of skin. You want to be careful with this one. If you can see here, I irritated my skin a little bit there. But you want to be careful. Can't really get as close to the skin. You can still gently touch the skin, but you don't want to get right on there. So I'm just removing dead skin with my cuticle nippers now that I have surfaced from using those bits. And now that they're visible, I'm removing them. The next thing I'm doing here is just removing the shine from the surface of the natural nail with a hand file. This hand file is from Model 1s. It is a 180/130 grit. Perfect for this, and this is what the nail looks like now. So I want to prep the natural nail with a dehydrator. This one will soak up any oils on the skin and the nail to make sure we prevent lifting. Then I'm going to use the Extra Bond primer, and with this one you want to be careful not to touch your natural skin or your skin with this one, because it can burn. It can also just cause dryness and damage, so we want to try not to touch the skin. Then I'm going in with my monomer. This is from Young Nails, and I'm using my Kolinsky number 8 brush from Kiara Sky. I recently did a review on this brush, and this is the brush that I use all the time now. The acrylic I'm using is the color Rose Water. So I'm picking up my bead here. It's not too wet, not too dry, but I'm letting it melt a little bit so I can still work with it. I really overdo the dryness with the cuticle beads every time I do it. You don't have to do it overly dry like I do. It's just a fear that I have when I'm doing the cuticle area. With practice comes better or whatever. So you just want to do that and just keep practicing working with your acrylic beads. But I'm putting that now, letting it dry, and then I'm adding one more bead in the middle-ish area of the nail so I can just build the strength. And once I'm done with this one, I'm letting that one dry. This is a self-drying acrylic, so I'm just letting that one dry, and this is how it looks now. Pretty good, decent. I did the same thing for the rest of the nails. So now I just filed them and shaped them, and I'm going in with a buffing block to make sure that the surface is nice and smooth and ready for the nail art. So I'm going to start with this red color from Beetles, and this is a gel polish. It's not my favorite gel polish anymore, but it's still good, especially for full coverage like this. You want to go in and just create kind of a random pattern for these nails. And that's what I'm doing here, just creating like a slanted look. I will say with the Beetles gel polish, you have to be careful not to lay it on too thick, because it can start to bubble up when you cure it in the UV LED lamp. So just make sure not to do it really thick if you're using this nail polish. But I'm doing the same red color in just random patterns on some of the other nails. And I really like the random patterns look for a lot of different things. it just looks nice. I don't know why I like it so much, but anyways, I'm going in now on the pinky and just finishing that up. And we're also, once those are cured, we're gonna go in with a black gel polish from Young Nails. This is one of their paint pots. I'm gonna use this acetone in between colors because I'm gonna be using the same brush for different colors. So I'm gonna just remove the colors like this, how I'm doing here, in between every color after they're cured. So here's the white version of it. This one is already kind of, I'm at my lowest here with the white. I've used this one a lot, so I'm going to get as much as I can on that brush for that one. But for this look, I'm gonna start with the checkered kind of buffalo red Christmas pattern. I'm going to create squares like this with that lining brush, and I'm going to use the same brush to color them in. This gel is very thick. It will not bubble up if you cure it in the lamp, so that's what I like about the Young Nails gel polish. But I did the same thing on the other sides of the nail to create that checkered pattern. And now I'm gonna go and create like almost a gradient look in between those. So if that makes sense, you'll see me what I'm doing here. I'm going to create like a slanted checkered pattern and making it look also kind of like a square as much as possible. And this is a little hard to do if you're new to nail art or using this type of liner brush. I know it is a very long brush, but just like doing makeup, if you're doing eyeliner, the longest brushes are the best for creating a really slick straight line. I switched colors here after curing that in the UV LED lamp. I'm using white to outline that slanted look, and then I'm going in with a different, more transparent white color to cover the rest of the nail. So with that same white Young Nails gel polish, I'm creating a snowflake here, and this is pretty much the same snowflake that I do for the rest of the nails, or at least the middle of the snowflake. I'm kind of just doing like little diamonds. So I create those diamonds with the same liner brush, and again, same thing. Once I create those diamonds, I'm just gonna color them in too with the same brush. So here we go, doing that. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit so you all can see. Just after one of these, you get the idea of how to do the rest. So the snowflake is done, and I'm going in with a dotting tool. I'm just using that brighter white color to make little dots. And then I'm going to the next nail and creating a line again. And for the line, I'm just following what random thing I created with the red color. This is a good trick if you make a mistake doing some kind of design. You can just outline it with that, you know, crisp, clean line of a different color or even the same color, and just make it more clean, basically. That's what I did here. You know, sometimes it's not perfect, you can't do it, you know, like a computer would draw lines, but sometimes with these brushes they do help, especially like I said, the longer brushes, they really make a difference. And this one really did for me, and it has actually made a huge difference for a long time when I started getting more into hand-drawn nail art. I'm using that dotting tool again, and I'm using this dot to create my diamond. this time. So you can do this, or you can do what I did before, whichever one is easier for you. They're both kind of still on my practice list, but this is so far, you know, works pretty well. So I'm gonna create that diamond look here with that polish that I used for the dot. And again, it's a bit of the same pattern that I used with the other snowflake. And this one is gonna be a little bit more, you know, like customized. So I'm just doing the same diamonds on the sides to create like a half rounded look. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna customize this snowflake to look just a little bit different, still following the same pattern of the diamonds, but just a little bit different to make sure that we leave it, you know, we gotta still keep it interesting. So I'm just doing these lines here, and I'm gonna add these lines on the sides, kind of in the middle of those diamonds, and just doing a simple line on the outsides. After that, I'm adding another dot in random places just to keep it interesting, make it look like little snowballs. For the ring finger, this one I did 2 coats of that transparent white, and I cured that in my UV LED lamp. And as you can see, I'm using that dot in the middle as my guiding point of view. So using that perspective, I'm going up and down across, and then I'm going diagonal across each side as well. This is such an easy thing to do. Even if you're a beginner, it's pretty easy to do something like that with this kind of brush. I got the idea of this one from a stocking. So I liked the little kind of diamond or triangle-ish look. It looks more like a cone, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, it's rounded and then it's pointy at the end. And then I'm gonna add some cute little detail here. I did the same thing on the middle finger, but just, you know, like I said, keep it interesting. For the pinky, I didn't really want to do anything too crazy because I didn't have that much space. You know, it's a smaller nail, a little bit less to work with. But again, going with the diamond theme for the snowflake and then just customizing it. This one really was kind of just blech. I kind of left it like just random. I don't even know if it really looks like a snowflake or if it looks like some kind of star. I don't know, but it was more random than anything else that I did on these nails. And then again, just adding those little snowballs. So once those are cured in the UV lamp for about 2 minutes, I'm going to top coat them with this matte top coat from Beetles. And I'm doing this for all the nails, of course. Again, they are completely dry. We gotta make sure there's no transference from the paint. We want to make sure it's completely dry so that that matte doesn't smear. But this is what they look like. This is the final look. I did go on my own off camera and kind of crispen the edges with a hand file, but I'm putting my cuticle oil on. This is essential for any nail look, even just bare natural nails. And I hope you guys like this look. Tell me your thoughts. If you guys try this, leave a comment below. Tell me if this video was helpful. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.